Welcome to TV20 News. We are Cleveland. I'm Leah Haslage. In 2010, Mayor Frank Jackson started the Higher Education Compact in an effort to increase the number of Cleveland Municipal School District students that are both going to and completing a post-secondary education. The Higher Education Compact of Greater Cleveland held a dashboard event at the City Club of Cleveland, reflecting on the past 6 years. The event featured presentations and remarks from both civic and educational leaders.
So we're here today to talk about the 6-year trends, what has happened in the areas of college readiness, college access, and college persistence and completion at our 16 higher education compact institutions. And we'll hear more from School District CEO Eric Gordon, College Now CEO Lee Friedman, President Barbara Snyder from Case Western Reserve University, and Dr. Michael Scope from Cuyahoga Community College to tell us more about our local data. In the area of college readiness, we've seen a substantial increase in the high school graduation rate. We've also seen modest increases in the college completion and significant increases in college persistence. We are continuing to be challenged in enrolling more and more students in post-secondary institutions.
Mayor Jackson recognized those that have helped keep the Education Compact going strong.
We have people who have come, who are part of this, who are doing the work every day to make this work while they have another job, while they have other responsibilities. They may be related to education, but still they have other responsibilities that they have to take care of. But they've taken out the time to do the work here that has made this 6 years, 6 years that is beginning to show some results and some success.
If you'd like to download a copy of the latest report, visit highereducationcompact.org. Cleveland was recently the host city for the National Forum of Black Public Administrators 2018 annual conference. The NFBPA works to promote the advancement of Black public leadership throughout local and state governments. President Jalen LeBlanc Burley says it's great to be back in Cleveland.
And we're back in Cleveland. We visited Cleveland some 28 years ago, and we're so excited to be back. And Cleveland still remains to be a very beautiful city, a very progressive city, and so we're so happy to be back.
The conference featured public leaders from cities all over the country. Cleveland's Chief Operating Officer, Darnell Brown, is also a member of the NFBPA board. He said Cleveland lost the bid to host the conference several years ago, but then the RNC came to town, thrusting Cleveland into the global spotlight and changing everything.
So we actually got approached about what we have an interest in hosting the National Forum for Black Public Administrators. We worked actually with Destination Cleveland, put a proposal together. It was reviewed and accepted, and that was a year ago. Usually it's about a 2 or 3 year process, and so we worked really on an escalated process to both get named as a contender for it to get awarded, and then to do all the work required to put the conference on.
Lorenzo Amani is the graduate student representative for the NFBPA, and he works to attract the younger generation to work in public service.
Incentivizing young adults to go into public service could be a challenge. It's different from going into the corporate world. The motivation is, giving back to communities and sometimes doing that at a lower salary. And so there are challenges, but there are also opportunities to get people involved to see what type of things that these public administrators are doing and to see how they're actually changing cities, states, and national governances.
For more information on the National Forum of Black Public Administrators, visit their website, nfbpa.org. The Cleveland Clinic hosted their 16th annual Minority Men's Health Fair, offering free health screenings and information. The founder of the clinic's Minority Health Center, Dr. Charles Maudlin, tells us more about the educational fair.
We started in 2003. The first year we had 35 men show up. And you can look behind me, there's probably well over 1,000 men here already. But it means a lot to the community because in many regards, a lot of times the community hasn't had access to quality health care, for a variety of reasons. And a lot of times, men in particular have been reluctant to come in and get the screenings necessary to maintain their health. A lot of times men mistakenly, and others, but men in particular, mistakenly think that they have to have signs or symptoms or pain or discomfort to have significant diseases. But you know, we know as urologists, most men diagnosed with prostate cancer, for example, have no signs, symptoms, pain, discomfort, or anything. And that just underscores the importance of coming to a health fair to get these screenings, going to your physician. This event is open to every man regardless of race or ethnicity, but I think by having named events like this, it shows the community that they're welcome to come in. Obviously they are. I mean, the Cleveland Clinic, we welcome everybody to come. But I think this is just a demonstration of our commitment to the community. This is just one example of what we do year-round to promote access. We're targeting especially men of color because of the high rate of healthcare disparities, higher death rates, higher rates of cancer and heart disease and diabetes, high blood pressure, kidney disease. And I'm really thrilled that the men have actually decided to show up and take advantage of this opportunity.
For more information on the Men's Minority Health Center, visit clevelandclinic.org. Ward 7 Councilman Bashir Jones celebrated his first 100 days of service with a program at the East Professional Center and a renewed commitment to the residents of his ward. The program started with a performance by the Distinguished Gentlemen of Spoken Word, a group that originates from Ward 7. The program continued with presentations from Case Western Reserve University, Midtown Cleveland, Cleveland Restoration Society, and Heritage Home Program, all bringing encouraging news to the Ward 7 residents.
We offer impartial guidance and advice. So instead of just calling a contractor to meet you at your house, we can come first and help guide you on what you actually need to get done. Prioritize your projects, talk about what a ballpark estimate might be for that type of project so that the bid that you get is fair. We also use a preservation approach to maintenance and repair projects. So if you're looking to fix up your old windows, siding, we can help you with those things.
Councilman Jones then came to the podium thanking everyone for their support and discussing his vision for the future of Ward 7.
We have the hottest location, not only in the city, but across the nation, where we're located. We sit right in between Case Western Reserve and Cleveland State. We're right on the cusp of Cleveland Clinic. We are just a couple of minutes from the lake. This is downtown living wherever you go. So what we want to make sure is that the people who are in this community can benefit from the growth.
The National Digital Inclusion Alliance hosted their third annual conference at the Global Center for Health Innovation, welcoming community advocates, academics, internet service providers, and policymakers.
We are a national association of more than 300 organizations who are devoted to helping everyone get on the internet so that we all have equal access to the internet. And that means training, a device if you need a device, it means affordable internet access, and it means knowledgeable technical support.
At the conference, attendees discussed best practices around the country, sources of financial support for programs, and local, state, and federal policies that impact digital equity.
These organizations are often working in isolation in their communities, and they come together to share the kinds of things that they're doing with the people who come to them for training. They learn about low-cost devices, training tools, ways to build job training into the kind of work that they are doing, new connection technologies, and they share all that information here. We're also very active in the policy arena, so we monitor at the national level what's happening in Washington and bring that information back to this meeting.
Mayor Jackson spoke at the conference about the importance of having the internet in the community.
So I want to thank all of you for what you do as you work and you fight to include people who are being left out. And I know that internet access and ability to have the technology and being able to use technology is not just a luxury, it's not a toy that we just have. It's really something that is essential and necessary, and it becomes even more that way in everyday life as we move out into the future. So the question becomes, how do we ensure that everyone is included so that they can be competitive, that they can participate in the competitive world and in the quality of life? And you cannot do it if you don't have that access.
We asked Ms. Breeden how Cleveland compares to other cities.
Well, Cleveland has a long history of citizen action and engagement in these issues, which are often called the digital divide. And we have seen that certain wards in Cleveland have free Wi-Fi, and there are a lot of on-the-ground organizations, as well as some really key leadership institutions in the community, like the Cleveland Foundation and the Cleveland Public Library, that are engaged in this kind of work. So there's a lot of activity in Cleveland from the grassroots level on up to the civic level.
For more information, visit digitalinclusion.org. After a blazing grease fire at Rainbow Terrace Apartments ripped through 33 units and forced about 60 residents from their homes, the community banded together to help get the families back on their feet. A fundraiser called Rally in the Valley was started to help raise money, as well as essential items like food, clothes, and toiletries.
I mean, I can only imagine, losing everything that I own, my personal possessions. And so for 30 families to lose everything that they own and have to pick up the pieces and regroup, I think any and everybody's heart should have to be able to go out to something like that.
Well, I've been an intern at Rainbow Terrace since August, and I've really built relationships with these families and really understand the heartache that they have to endure. So when this happened, it was just devastating. I knew that, we really needed to get the community involved and show them that they cared.
The Rally in the Valley wasn't just a typical fundraiser. They actually reached out to a local music artist to help get the word out and perform for the community for free.
When I heard about the apartment fires, I knew that I had to do something different than a typical clothing drive. So with this benefit concert, I'm for sure that we're going to be able to raise some money to help those families buy things that they don't have already. Well, our goal is to, for one, raise as much financial income as we can to be able to directly donate to those families so that they can pick up the pieces. We just got our first donation from Kia Bedford. We got a $500 donations, and that's exciting. That's a kickoff, and I'm excited to see the rest of the show.
The first signs of reviving solidarity in this community came with the start of this movement.
Just the word united is just something big, in today's, society, we're so individualized and so divided. And so just saying the word united really just gravitates us together. No matter what our differences are, no matter where we came from, no matter what beef is going on, like that, we can all come together and really just be a movement to really impact things and make things go forward.
If you would like to donate to the families of this tragedy, please visit GoFundMe.com/help-rainbow-families. Well, as you know, our city has a rich history and we want to test your knowledge. Our trivia question for this week: what department store located in Public Square first opened its doors in 1899? A. Kaufman's, B. Macy's, or C. May Company? We'll have the answer when we return.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But you probably won't. You're busy. Kids, work, show coming back in 48 seconds. So let's do this now. Hold up one finger if you're a man, women, 0. 3 more fingers if you're over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40. If you're not sure, keep in mind you're sitting on a couch right now, so 1 more finger if you're not very active. 1 finger if yes, 0 if no. 1 yes, 0 no. Next, find the body type that looks most like you and hold up that many fingers while I look around awkwardly. And that's it. If you're holding up 5 fingers or more, you probably have prediabetes. Sorry to be so blunt, but hey, you're busy. Just go to the site.
Welcome back to TV20 News. We are Cleveland. I'm Leah Hasledge. Our trivia question for this week: what department store located in Public Square first opened its doors in 1899? A. Kaufman's, B. Macy's, or C. May Company? The answer, C. May Company. The department store was added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1974. It closed its doors in 1993, then becoming Kaufman's. Dancing Classrooms is a nonprofit organization that's dedicated to breaking down social barriers and building confidence in children through dance. Their annual fundraising gala gives the parents a chance to see their kids in action. TV20 reporter Christian Patterson has more.
Yes, Leah, I'm here at the Westin in downtown Cleveland for the Dancing Classrooms annual fundraising gala. And these kids never miss a chance to dance.
I'm excited to go out there and finally do something like this. And it's my first time doing something, and I've been in here for about a year.
Okay, and what about you?
I'm really excited for this, and I hope everybody will enjoy that we're dancing, and I'm really happy to do this.
This is we're of course celebrating our 10th anniversary, but first and foremost, this is really a fundraiser to bring our program to schools. So our program becomes a reality in schools through a funding partnership between each school and then us as a nonprofit. And by that I mean that they fund half the fees and we fundraise the other half. So this is one of the most important special events that we do to work towards that fundraising goal.
When the kids come in, day one, they're kind of unsure of themselves. But by lesson 20, they're standing tall and proud of what they accomplished.
We hear from so many teachers and parents and administrators that behavior improves in the school, in turn their classroom academic performance improves, but then long term, as I said, we're really planting seeds. It's something that it might be another 10 years down the road to when a student really realizes what they did through this program, because again, the lessons are masked in ballroom dancing to a 10-year-old.
So the students learn 6 different ballroom dances. They learn the merengue, the foxtrot, the rumba, the tango, the swing, the waltz. Then they also learn the heel-toe polka and some fun line dances as well. So, it's very fast-moving. We don't stick on the same dance every lesson. It's constantly changing because at the end of the day, we're working with children. So you got to keep their entertainment somehow and their interest.
With so many dances to choose from, the kids are sure to find a favorite.
I like the swing because you can move around a lot and get some wet of your energy for the other dances.
I like the swing because it's really upbeat, and I like the song the best.
My favorite dance is the tango because you get to put on your hero's face, which I really love. Then you get to say T-A-N-G-O. And I just think it's really fun. So.
My favorite dance is the swing because it's a little looser and you get to jump around, and it's a lot less serious than the other ones.
Dancing Classrooms has grown tremendously over the past 10 years, but the narrative has pretty much stayed the same.
It's a group of people who believe in education, who believe in the arts and the power of the arts to positively impact education, and they come together to make a difference.
From the merengue to the waltz to the cha-cha slide, I've learned dancing is from the soul. Reporting from the Westin in downtown Cleveland, I'm Christian Patterson for TV20. We are Cleveland.
Junior Achievement of Greater Cleveland hosted their 4th annual JA Field Day at Cleveland Public Hall. Over 450 middle and high school students came together to learn career readiness, financial literacy, and entrepreneurship.
This is a capstone event for us. All of the students that are here with us today have received a JA volunteer previously in their classroom. So this is a way to get kids interacting with each other, their peers across schools throughout our footprint, and really engage and activate the local corporate community in supporting our young people. So we're just thrilled to have this event at Cleveland Public Hall with the support of the City of Cleveland and Mayor Jackson's office. So we've got the kids rotating through workshops where they're learning soft skills to help prepare them for the future workforce. Our student business pitch competition, where kids are presenting their companies that they've been working on for the last several months to a group of panel judges, and then really rotating through a career fair where they'll be interacting with our local corporate partners, community volunteers and leaders, as well as other nonprofit partners that we work with as well.
This year, Junior Achievement invited Michael Jeans, who volunteers his time with JA students, to be their first ever keynote speaker. We caught up with him to learn what he hopes the kids take away from the event.
So we'll be talking about things such as job readiness, preparedness, soft skills, but some core values too, honesty and integrity, the things that the children might do today that tend to follow us for the rest of our lives. The fact that Junior Achievement focuses and has a dedicated obligation on the overall well-being of children and preparing them for global competition, it's something that I think all of us would be a part of if we knew a bit more, and I just happen to be fortunate enough to be a part of it.
To learn more about how you or your students can get involved with Junior Achievement of Greater Cleveland, visit jacleveland.org or call 216-861-8080. Some changes are coming to Cleveland Hopkins International Airport, first with international travel. Beginning April 30th, passengers will now be free to leave the customs area as soon as they are finished with being checked by Customs and Border Protection. However, you will be subject to a reverse screening by TSA before entering Concourse A. This is an improvement since previously passengers had to wait for all passengers to be checked before taking a shuttle to the baggage claim level. Passengers who may have purchased duty-free beverages will need to have the items checked in their luggage before leaving customs. You will not be allowed to take liquids over 3 ounces into the terminal. Beginning May 1st, parking rates will be going up at Cleveland Hopkins International Airport by $2, except for valet parking. The new rates will be as follows. If you have entered the lot before the increase takes place, which again is May 1st, you will not be charged the new rate. For more information, visit clevelandairport.com. Don't forget to check the waste collection calendar to see if it's bulk week in the city of Cleveland. For more information on your trash and recycling pickup, including bulk week, delays due to holiday, and guidelines on how to properly set out your cans, visit the city's website at city.cleveland.oh.us. This week is a part of our ongoing Possible You series, focusing on the various tools and resources available to you so you can better your education and your career. You'll learn about training programs to get you a job in the manufacturing field.
The secret is quickly getting out. Manufacturing jobs are back in Northeast Ohio and companies are hiring. But matching companies with qualified workers can be a real challenge. Darian Hill works at Cleveland Dye and Manufacturing in Middleburg Heights. He saw manufacturing as a way to turn his life around.
It was really either going straight back to work or finding something more stable.
That stability came by training to be a CNC machinist, making the parts that hold your car together.
And I decided that CNC, I've always been good with numbers, so I decided to go that route.
The Young Adult Resource Center, or YRC, is a state-backed workforce development in Cuyahoga County, connecting folks with the education they need to take that next step. In Darion's case, that was a certificate from Cleveland Industrial Training Center. Without any prior experience, Cleveland Dye took a chance on him.
He's enthusiastic enough to do it. He wants to do it. We're willing to learn. We feel that he's an asset, and this is why we hired him.
And since getting on the job, Darion has made the most of it, learning how to work with more machines and with eyes on expanding his programming skills.
I want to learn even more than what I know now. I want to break more barriers. I want to keep going further in life.
And he wants to see more people find success like he did, using the great resources that are out there.
I would tell them to know what you want and don't be afraid to go get it. They're there to help as long as you're not there to play.
Brandon Simmons, Channel 3 News.
Possible You is brought to you in partnership with Ohio Means Jobs, the Cleveland Foundation, and WKYC Channel 3 News. For more information on the Young Adult Resource Center, visit the Ohio Means Jobs Cleveland-Cuyahoga County website at omjcc.us, keyword Young Adult. Thanks for watching TV20 News. We are Cleveland. I'm Leah Haslage. Up next, we're going to have Christian Patterson with the Inside Sports Report.